A pleasant good morning wherever you are across the world. Let me say good morning, good evening, or good afternoon, whatever the time is. This is African Actions Network, radio and TV based in USA, Pennsylvania to be specific. And my name is Ta Yubi Kandet. Currently, we are in Cinco Monrovia at the office of the Regional Watch for Human Rights. And today they have an official press statement talking about the suspension of the three government officials by the president of Liberia not being sufficient. And so we will now move on directly to Councillor Tola Thompson Adebaryor of the Regional Watch for Human Rights. And so let's move on. Councillor, welcome to the press.
Thank you. Okay. We issued this statement in line with what just recently happened in our country today. Probably I need to read it, maybe the question will follow, right? We say suspension of three government officials on corruption is not enough. So Regional Watch for Human Rights, an affiliate member of based in Paris and currently Vice President of West Africa, we say that the recent pronouncement of President George Mane, we are suspending three members of the executive for corrupt practice by the U.S. Treasury under the Global Magnitsky Human Rights Accountability Act is nebulous and ambiguous, and in no way demonstrates sincerity and sober reflections to fight corruption and ending impunity in Liberia. Regional Watch for Human Rights believes that the recent statement made in Bond County by Presidential Affairs Minister Nathaniel McGill is culpable enough to face dismissal and prosecution instead of such camouflage statement or suspension by the president. Accordingly, our arbitration indulges CDC-led government headed by the President George Mane to quickly dismiss this going official of Presidential Affairs Nathaniel McGee, Solicitor General Serena Sivos, and General Manager of University SIPO, Mr. B. to be prosecuted in the court of competent jurisdictions. We believe if this legal step is taken, it will not only clean the dented image of CDC-led government, but also will serve as a deterrent to others. Moreover, to this accused person, is conflicted of the act. They should have their property and ill-gotten money confiscated and be turned over to the Liberian government. We have a strong conviction that the lost trust and confidence could be restored, but not as business as usual or brushing it under the carpet. If this is done, even the bigger point of whatsoever allegation against President William himself will be refuted. That's what we believe. Meanwhile, Regional Watch for Human Rights and affiliate member of FIDG in Paris salute the government of the United States of America for the implementation and actualization of Global Magnitsky Human Rights Accountability Act, sanctioning people in civil conflict and economic crimes. This action will help to combat economic crimes and will help impunity that has been undermining development, sustainable democracy, and lasting peace, not only in Liberia but other countries of the world. We similarly urge the government of the United States of America not to relent in their efforts in bringing order to open. In another development, Regional Watch for Human Rights welcomes the recent appointment made in the government, specifically the nomination of the two commissioners, gender sensitivity, even though geographically imbalanced, to fill the vacuum at the Independent National Commission of Human Rights, INCHR, as required by the Act 2005, calling for 7 commissioners, and Article 9 can 6 to reflect the pluralist nature of Liberian society in terms of sex, ethnicity, language, and religion, etc. I also applaud the courage of President George Manuel to have granted permit to the student unification for the first time to stage peaceful protests in line with the Liberian Constitution and global tenet of democracy. So, Advocate Tola Thompson Adebaryor, General Director and Vice President of International Federation for Human Rights.
Okay, thank you, Councillor. I'll quickly run through a few questions that are cataloged already to be asked regarding what you just read from the Regional Watch for Human Rights angle. Let's start from the bottom and move on to the top. You stated in other developments that you lauded the president for the appointment of 2 female commissioners, highlighting gender sensitivity, as you stated. But you talk about it being imbalance when it comes to the geographical locality of these 2 female commissioners appointed. What can you really explain about that? Because some folks are dangling when you talk about geographical imbalances. Give me some clarity on that.
When you look at the Act 2005, let me first of all try to say something concerning that. I'm one of the members of the 13 commissioner, ad hoc 13 commissioner, the people that affected them. And I've been, as a member of society for a long time, being affected people in and out, including this present one. When we do the first fighting that we did, we submitted our report to the Chief Justice as required by the Act, which of course the Chief Justice will now send it to the President. We did that after a long period of time. At the end of the day, the name came out. Other names were waiting now to be vetted also. 4. So at the end of the day, only 5 names were appointed by the President. And out of that 5 names, only 1 woman among them. Only 1 woman among them. And again, out of that 5 names, when we look at the 15 geographical location of our country, in terms of country or tribe, as just right here, you find out that 4 out of these 5 are from Southeastern.
But from different counties, if you may.
From different counties, but from Southeastern. But the Paris principle that established this commission around the world, not only Liberia, always call for this geographical balance of it. So we see this imbalance. That's why we are just come out to say that. I think I remember after that 5 names appointed, I called Chief Justice Office, reminded them that no, we have not amended the Act. They are calling for only 5 commissioners instead of 7. It's 7. And assistant to Chief Justice, namely, told me, so okay, Council, I will talk to Chief Justice on that. So we have done our job, we leave it. As you know, I'm not a courtroom lawyer. I'm a human rights lawyer. I'm an advocate. For years, close to 30 years now. So we know what it takes to say this one. And you know, currently now, I'm the Vice President for FID in Paris, in West Africa, out of 15 Vice President in the world.
It's It's narrow, thick and talking fat, but it can still eat fish and cookies together. You from the other side, I from this side, we can still dance together. Let's come together, betting the peace. Liberia is all we have. Oh. Yeah, 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 yeah. Popole, la gloire mon Dieu Aïe babo popole, la gloire mon Dieu The time we take to cause trouble, we should take that time to do something constructive in unity. Mama Liberia need us. Mama Liberia need us. Let's stop the two marriages. It can benefit us when we pray for each other. We will succeed when we come together as one. We will succeed when you get on your knees to pray. Oh, Liberia Day. When you get on your knees to pray, put Liberia first. Akaten in a kwa Abba Mao Yanombo by Liberia Jekwa. Let's stop undermining one another. Put our interests last. Put Liberia first. Let's come together. Letting the peace. Liberia is all we have. We don't want to palava. We don't want to halala. We don't want to palava. We don't want to confusion. Let's come together. Letting the peace. Liberia is all we have. Teeth and tongue can fight, but they can still eat fish and cookies together. You from the other side, I from this side, we can still dance together. Let's come together, letting the peace. Liberia is all we have. Yeah, 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 yeah. For each other, it's time for us to show ya. Put aside the tribalism, put aside the criticism. Yeah, let us work together and move the country forward. When mama and papa not happy, the dishes can be empty. When mama and papa ain't here, the children can be happy. Now what we want, Liberia. What we need, that's why I pray for, that's why we pray for. Let's come together, letting the peace. Liberia is all we have. Yeah, 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 yeah. Let's come together. Letting the peace. Liberia is all we have. Life music.